Hi, guys. Welcome to Parawomenradio. I'm Amy. Well. Where do we even begin with this hot mess? I know where I want to start. Let's start with Adaptive Kate, also known as Kate Marie. We all came together to support that poor girl who is an actual victim of Munchausen by syndrome proxy when Gypsy Rose was bullying her, only to be ridiculed and mocked by her a little bit later, just like her new BFF Gypsy Rose Blanchard was doing to her. The bullied becomes the bully. Classic mean girl drama kind of stuff. Am I right? Speaking of mean girls, my personal favorite mean girl movie has to be Heathers. Let's hope Kate is more of a Veronica than a Heather. What's your damage, Heather? And let's not forget about Grifty Rose, who apparently is growing an actual money bag these days. I predict she will soon say that we cannot criticize her pregnancy because that will mean we don't wish the baby well. When it's the only person in this hot mess that I personally do wish well. Well, anyway. I promised I wouldn't touch this dumpster fire that is Gypsy Rose unless it was blazing. And let me tell you, my eyebrows and nose hairs singed. So buckle up, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the fire on this episode of Parawomenradio. While we wait for everyone to roll in to this bonfire, I'm going to roll some credits. Special shout out to my dragonflies. You're going to become big brothers and sisters tonight because I have 5 free 1-month dragonfly memberships to give out. And that just means you're going to be a big brother or a big sister. So I'm Amy.
I shall hang from the trees by the feet of a crow, and I will blow a kiss to you. I will blow a kiss to you, and I will whisper to the moon and to the stars and the clouds, and you'll know that the moon can't forgive, and the stars, they just know, and the clouds melt away like the snow, like the snow. If this tree burns straight down to the ground, and the crow lets me go, and I run, kiss me soft my dear.
Okay, who's ready for some Grifty Rose? Who's ready, my friends? I think I'm ready. I have geared myself up for this, and I think I'm ready. I just wish I could be like, does anyone watch Anxious Ant? Um, it's a channel they talk about Gypsy Rose quite a bit, and I think they're cousins, and they're really funny, and they just seem unbothered by her, like she's just kind of funny, ha 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 ha. And I just wish I could be like, oh, it's just kind of funny, ha 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 ha. But I'm like, fee, fo, thumb to the universe. Why is this happening? But it's happening. And so here we go. Hi to everyone. How's everyone doing? Hi, Be Free. Hi, Chris C. Hi, Heavenly. Hi, Kim Vest. Who else is here? I saw some other people. Lexi. And I think there are a few other people, but hi, everyone. Here we go into the Gypsy Rose situation. Before we get started, if we could start that algorithm dance party that I like to do, just start warming up your fingers, dancing them up to the hearts and thumbs up button. Helps us dance out into the algorithm. Find more people out there that like to talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Bring them back here and talk about it with them. It's just a free way to help my channel out, and it's really, really appreciated. All right, so I had a quick thought while I was doing this is just off the cuff. I just had a question for you guys before we started. Do you think that Gypsy Rose dyed her hair back to her natural hair color, like she's not blonde anymore, because she either one, knew she was going to be getting pregnant, or two, knew she was pregnant? And you typically can't dye your hair, right, when you're pregnant, right? Am I right? What do you guys think? Do you think that was a possibility? Just off the top of my head, I was thinking about that just before the show went live. Oh, thank you so much, Main Chick. Carrie, it is so appreciated that you do that. I was looking at your little, I guess it's like emoji by your name. Are those considered emojis? And it's the raccoon. And it made me think about this little raccoon stuffed animal that I got when I was 13 years old. I loved it. I loved that stuffed animal. And then when I was 14, I looked all over the place for another stuffed raccoon to get with it. And I couldn't find one the same size, but it was like a baby stuffed raccoon. And then when I was 15, I decided that I was going to be a big girl. And I put all my stuffed animals in a bag, and I didn't throw them away. No, I just put them down in the basement. And then when I was 18, I was like looking all over the place because I was getting ready to go to college. No, I was 19 because I went to college when I was 18. I don't remember, 18 or 19. And I was looking and I couldn't find it anywhere. And apparently there was some flood and they got thrown out. But I love that raccoon. And your little emoji made me think fondly of that cute little raccoon. Thank you so much for that donation. It's really, really appreciated, honey. All right, so let's get into it. Get my screen up here. So I wanted to start out, I always like to go back in a little bit of time. So I was talking about in my last live, we were kind of talking about Nina was hinting towards the pregnancy. with Gypsy Rose, and I think that was just last Wednesday or so, or a week ago. So we were getting little hints that this was all happening. But first, I want to talk about Kate Marie, because Kate Marie broke my heart. She has literally broke my little heart into pieces. For those that don't know, Kate Marie is an actual victim of Munchausen by proxy syndrome. Her mother had a perfectly healthy leg amputated because of dry skin. And Kate Marie has quite a big following over on TikTok. I'm just guessing. I would put her at, she's probably got way more now, but way more now than she had. But it was like 150,000. And over on TikTok, that's kind of small. I guess apparently it's easy to get followers on TikTok. I can't get a follower to save my life on TikTok. Just kidding. I've got like 20. No, just kidding. I think I've got 600 or 700 over on TikTok, but it's harder to get them over there for me. But apparently for everybody else in the world, it's easier to get them over on TikTok. So, and Gypsy Rose has had about 3 million at the time. And Gypsy Rose came in and she like put her foot down and was like, "No, Kate Marie, I am the only Munchausen syndrome by proxy survivor that can talk on this subject. We are going to bully you, belittle you, call you names, call you, well, this is all alleged. This is all my research and for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. I urge you to go out there and do your own research. Everything that we view, I speed up, I slow down, I talk over. This is all for fair play use and I must do it, but I will link everything down in the description. And if you want to go read it, watch it at your own pace, which I totally get, you can do that. Okay, so bullied her, called her names, so bad that she had to leave the internet. And this is what was going on. I like to take us a little bit back in time. I also will not be going to Gypsy Rose's pages. We will be watching other content creators. This is what I urge everyone to do, to stop feeding the Gypsy Rose meter. Go to your favorite content creator and get the updates that way. There's just no need to be giving a woman who unalived her mother. When she first came out, I felt horrible for her. I was rah, 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 Gypsy, Rose, you get it. You do it, girl. You served your time. But so much has come out. Becca Scoops, if you don't know if you still believe that she's innocent, go to Becca Scoops' page. I will link her and watch it and then come back and we'll talk. So bullying her off the internet. She, in fact, did leave the internet. And let's go back into time. And I like to watch Radiant Brit. I don't know if anyone else watches her on my page, but she has been growing quite a bit. She's an excellent content creator. I like her integrity. And some of the things she says, I don't always agree, but you know what? I don't have to agree with every 100% of everything that a content creator does to still appreciate them. So let's watch it.
Hi guys. So I want to talk today because something, I don't know if it should be, I don't know if it should be worrisome. I don't know if I should, how I should handle this. So I want to kind of lean on y'all and tell me if you know stuff that I don't know. There was a creator called Katie Marie, and she is a survivor of Munchausen by proxy. And Gypsy Rose, like she's done with other people, started, giving this creator problems. And Gypsy Rose thinks that Munchausen by proxy is her thing. That's the way she's marketing herself, because she can't make money off of her crime. So she's making it by using Munchausen by proxy. That's her thing. And she started to give this creator some problems. And the creator was really vocal about it. And I was planning on doing a review of her content and to spread her channel and, remind everyone that, like, we can all share our own stories. There are parts of my story that other people can relate to. And I would never bully those people or tell them that that's my story, or strike their channels or leave nasty comments. I just don't understand that. Last night, it was brought to my attention that Katie Marie's TikTok is gone. And before I reacted, I wanted to go check it out for myself. And sure enough, her TikTok can't be found. And when you punch in Munchausen by proxy on TikTok, of course, Gypsy Rose's account comes up. And I can't believe that this is happening. Did Gypsy Rose get this girl to shut her page down? Did Gypsy Rose file so many reports that it was banned? Did Gypsy Rose send her followers after this creator, and that's why her account is...
So Gypsy Rose did send her followers. She was being mass flagged, and she left TikTok. We did cover it. We're not going to go into that because we don't have enough time for all of that. Really quickly, I just got notification from, let me see where it popped. I had it up. Brooke Freeman, thank you so much for your $10 Cashapp donation. I don't have a way to, I'm trying to figure out the widget thing that it'll pop up and it'd be like, Brooke Freeman, like, streamers, thank you so much. I don't have that set up yet, but so I'm sitting here with a streamer, emojis, hand emojis, popping up. Brooke Freeman, thank you so much. And Marie, main chick Carrie, thank you so much. Thank you guys. It's so appreciated. I don't know how else to do it except that for right now. Okay, so we know that Kate Marie did leave TikTok. Everybody was very upset about it, including me. We talked about it on a live that I did with Toddy One Skip and Katie from Down the Rabbit Hole at Bedtime. We weren't happy about it. We talked about creator unity, coming together to help Kate Marie. And that's exactly what happened. There were some bumps and bruises and things happened here and there, but unity, we came together and we were like, this is bull crap. We're not, no, this is wrong. This is alleged. I have just heard through my travels that Kate Marie was in Nina the beauty influencer's DM saying, please help me. I need help. And then Kate's like, I just can't, do it. I need help. And so we sent out the Calvary and we helped. And it was even talked about on Reddit. Here I found Gypsy and Krusty bullied Kate off that. And Krusty, by the way, is Christy. I should have just said Christy, not Krusty. Gypsy and Christy bullied Kate off the app again. And this time, I don't think she's coming back. This was 20 days ago. This is not right. This young woman literally had a healthy leg amputated, etc., etc. See, she was at 171.6K. followers, and we just all like band together over on TikTok. They were doing these duets, supporting her, saying we stand strong with Kate. Kate's singing this song somewhere deep inside of you. And then somehow, some way, Gypsy Rose got to Kate, and Kate Marie is singing a new and different tune about us that went out of our way to talk about her, support her. And this is what Kate had to say about the people that supported her. Oops, hold on a second.
To talk to y'all about it because I received a couple of messages about this, and initially I was like, I don't really know if I'm going to talk about that. I don't know if I should cover it or just let it go. But in all fairness, I've got things on my mind, and I'm going to talk to y'all about it. With the Gypsy Rose situation, I'm sure a lot of y'all are aware of Kate. Kate is a survivor of Munchausen by proxy. From her mother. She did not unalive her mother. Kate's mother put her through horrific scenarios as a child. She just went through awful things. Video. Now I'm just kind of thinking maybe that's, just the way that things were meant to play out. I was good with other stuff. We were moving. I was covering, focus on other stuff right now and come back around to this. Well, Kate put out a video saying that now she and Gypsy are friends. And the people that uncovered this are too bored. They have too much time on their hands. And, I guess she's kind of looking at these people as haters, detractors, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, all right. This is the only response y'all are going to get from me for a while. So here it goes. Yes, me and Gypsy Rose are friends. Glad you guys found that out by stalking Gypsy's following list. Y'all got way too much time on your hands. But also, all the people that show that we're friends.
Does that not sound like Gypsy Rose and her stepmother and even her stepsister or her half-sister talking? I mean, just straight from their mouths into Kate Marie's mouth. Straight.
Friends, my following list has been hidden for years. So a little disclaimer, if you can see that I'm friends with Gypsy Rose, that means you are following Gypsy Rose. So all this negativity, oh, she follows her. Well, you do too. So why does, anyways, I have made my mistakes, and I am not going to deny that. I have shared things from my heart out of anger and hurt, and things that were true to me at the time. And, but there's something I have always said, perceptions can change, and anybody that has been following me for years know me very, very well. And sadly, the people who've only been following me for the last few months for the wrong reasons don't know me that well. So they're all jumping to conclusions and assumptions because they don't know me. I'm not ready to talk yet. So hang tight, guys, because I got a busy week and it's probably not going to happen this week. But I will confirm because you guys are just want this confirmed so bad. Yes, we're friends. Okay, so yeah, all right. Go ahead, run away with those assumptions and conclusions. Seriously, you guys should calm down because many of you are very, very wrong in a lot of ways. And the hate that is just fueled on TikTok, the gas that's been on this fire of hate, and how people just want people to hate people so much and they just want drama. It's really disappointing because I'm a positive, upbeat person, and I have honestly let the drama consume me and change who I am as a person lately. And it has been cutting deep to where I feel I have been far too emotional. And you know what? I've come to a point, I want positivity. I want to share my story, and I just want to spread love, being a survivor, awareness, and I really want the hate and drama to stop. And if I'm so wrong for that, I'm not the problem.
I think that Kate is missing the point. Kate had a lot of people on her side wanting to advocate for her because she was being bullied by Gypsy Rose, who has such a huge platform and so many deranged fans that are supporting her. And they were sending a lot of hate to Kate. They would bully her. They would make fun of her. They would call her names. They would make fun of the fact that she had to have an amputation done. It was a lot of hostility and hate being sent over to Kate. Kate deactivated her socials multiple times. Now to hear that Kate is friends with Gypsy and, that's just what she wants to do. Like, yes, that's her decision, but you can't get mad at people that are left feeling a little blindsided, a little confused, a little like, well, here's another person that Gypsy Rose manipulated into not talking about her.
So I do think it goes right over Kate's head in that it's all about what Kate wants. Like, now I want peace, so I'm going to be friends. Like, I'm friends with Gypsy. I mean, I get letting things go for peace and just moving on, and maybe down the road finding a friendship, but that quick? Does it happen? Does healing happen that quick? Some are saying she was bought off. I've heard 3K, 4K. I truly hope that is not the case. But I don't know. It's a fast turnaround. Let's pop in over and see what Toddy has to say about this situation.
In Toms River, New Jersey, that's the justice for Corey Michelot. Guys, I don't even want that affiliated with this video, to be honest with you. But I do want you guys to please check out my community page in regards, because you guys have flooded me with the Kate Marie, and I'm shocked. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it until I saw it. And then I'm thinking, is it AI? Because how do you go from asking somebody to support you and help you and literally beg them and make them appear so weak that you've got to keep jumping offline because somebody's bullying you who's much bigger than you and who you yourself have said, they have 8 million subscribers. How am I supposed to? And then basically you sell yourself to them. So Kate Marie, with your attitude now and I don't know, your puffiness, if you think that you are the one person that Gypsy Rose is going to take care of and not kick to the curb like she does everybody else, you're wrong. And let me tell you something. You have sold yourself now so that Gypsy, Christy, anybody could say anything they want about you and we would believe them. So your integrity, whatever you got paid for this, I sincerely hope it was worth it.
What she says is really important here. It is so easy to sell yourself or go for what you think is right, but you know it's the wrong way to go, but it's just easier, softer way to go. You've got to remember your integrity. I have sold my integrity at times, and to this day I wish I could get it back, because once you sell that, it's a slippery slope, you guys. And I'm not even talking about integrity in this kind of thing. I'm just talking about like in relationships and stuff like that. Once you let that go, you just can't get it back. And this is a relationship error, huge one that Kate Marie has made, a huge one.
Honestly hope it was worth it for the rest of your life, because I wouldn't ask my community to support you again. I wouldn't support you.
I wouldn't either.
I think what you've done, you don't owe anybody an explanation, but you went to people for help and you had people support you, and then you turned around and basically spit in their face with an attitude that they didn't deserve. So you showed your true colors, And you know what? You might have Munchausen by proxy. That's not what you have in common with Gypsy Rose. No, you have that snakishness in common with Gypsy Rose. So well done, you. And we will sit here on the sidelines and watch what happens in real time.
No, I do. The background that I have, we do have to remember that all the grace that we were giving Gypsy because we thought she was a Munchausen syndrome by proxy survivor, we need to give that grace to Kate because she is an actual Munchausen by syndrome proxy survivor. Kate is no longer actually on the internet right now. She's left again. So no hate goes to Kate. I think this is going to be one of those big lessons for Kate, or at least I hope it's one of those big lessons for Kate. And it seems to me like it's a very important lesson that many of us, if not all of us, have to learn when we're young and growing. So hopefully she's learned it. And that's all I can say about that. All right, so let's move on to the pregnancy. First, I'm going to pop over into chat and see what you guys are saying. Monique says, I think I put Kate at a higher standard because of all she went through. I think I did too, Monique. I'm just really hurt by Kate. And the things that she said, she sounded so like Gypsy. I don't even care. Like, if she's friends with her, she's friends with her. I could have swallowed that more than I swallowed what she literally said to us. I mean, yuck. Cloud9 said it hurt me too. Yeah, because I really was worried about Kate Marie. Ugh. Anyway, hi Amber. Heavenly said, Chris said, Heavenly, I think it's Ryan's. The math isn't mathing. I think I put, oh, yep. Sorry, I was right there. I wonder if Gypsy knows who the daddy is. Well, we're going to talk about that tonight because some people are saying the math isn't mathing and that Gypsy is, yes, Kate is, or, oh, Kate's in her early 30s? Wow. I thought she was in her 20s somewhere. She's got that baby face. Kate seems very soft-hearted. Yeah, I think I'm soft-hearted like Kate is. I don't know if I could have handled everything that Kate went through. Well, I'm not even talking about the Munchausen syndrome by proxy. I don't know, over on TikTok. TikTok's a different show, you guys. TikTok's a different place, and it makes me thankful for YouTube. So let's just put it that way. They can be very harsh over there. Yep, I get that too. I was upset, like Toddy too, very disappointed. Yeah, so it was just really sad, the whole thing about Kate Marie. So moving on, let's move on to, oh guys, as we're moving on, make sure, check and see if you're subscribed. I've got like 70 or 80% of you that are visiting me that aren't subscribed. Sometimes you think you are and you're not. And if you aren't, please subscribe. It's an easy way to support my channel. We're trying to get to 4K. We're about 150 away, or 250. We're very close. So just check, and I would love to have you subscribed. And if you don't like me, it's very easy to unsubscribe. So moving on, we have Nina talking about it over on TikTok. And as I was saying, TikTok is just a whole different breed of a place.
Is allegedly pregnant with a girl. Now.
And so here's the thing with a girl. How do we know it's a girl at 11 weeks? And is anyone else not alarmed about the girl status? I am. We're going to get into it a little bit down the road about the girl thing, and Nick and Gypsy talking about what they would like to do to their baby girl. Yeah, no, thank you.
She says she's only 2.5 months, which I think she's more along the lines of 3 months. Or a little bit longer than that.
It's too harsh for me
further,
too.
rather. Now, if that is in fact the case, it may not be Ken's. Ryan Anderson, I will tell you this right now. I would have that baby tested.
So the math isn't mathing on all of this. And Nina was the one that broke this whole story about Gypsy Rose being pregnant. She was talking about it days leading up to it. And remember that channel that I told you about earlier about Anxious Aunt and how I loved them and how funny they were? Well, I want you to watch their reaction to the whole Gypsy Rose story. And when we're done, we're going to talk about it.
Rose is pregnant. She's announced it.
We can't believe it. This is just unbelievable.
It's not.
Yeah, I am shocked. Now, we're going to talk about Gypsy. We really are. But first, I want to talk about what everyone is thinking. And don't even tell me that you guys are not thinking it. We are all thinking this.
We're all a bit curious.
No, we want to know. We want to know, how does Nina know that Gypsy Rose was pregnant? Not only did she know that she was pregnant, she also knew that she was going to post today.
Yeah.
She knew she was going to post today because we got a few messages from people telling us that Gypsy Rose is going to announce her pregnancy today.
Yeah,
today.
She seems to know details that really nobody would know.
Nobody would know. Now, let's do process of elimination. Okay? Is it Christy? Do you think it's Christy? Do you think it's Mia? We know it's not Rod. We know it's not Rod. Rod's not even on social media. It's definitely not Rod.
Oh. What if it was Rod the whole time?
I can't believe it. Anyways, it's not Rod. Now, is it someone on Ken's side of the family? Is it Ken's mother? Is it Ken's sisters? Who could it be?
Well, it depends.
Who could it be?
It all kind of depends on how much of a big mouth Gypsy would be. To me personally, if I found out I was pregnant, I wouldn't tell no one.
Yeah, I know.
I'd tell you.
Yep.
And maybe, just a couple, but no one really. I wouldn't be telling friends.
No.
Especially if it could be all.
And isn't it a little bit early, just a smidge too early to talk about it? Aren't you supposed to get through your first trimester? Which, I mean, I guess she's trying to make us think that she is. I don't know. And it's her first pregnancy. I don't know.
Okay, let's eliminate friends. Gypsy Rose was with her mother for years, and then she was in prison.
She doesn't
Gypsy Rose's show wasn't doing so good, so I think she needed to get this out there so that she can get a second season, in my humble opinion.
Have any friends? So the only people it could be is Christy, Mia.
Yeah, Christy and Mia.
Ken and Ken's mother, and maybe the sisters.
Yeah.
There's no one else.
No.
Or Gypsy. Or did Gypsy go directly to Nina?
We do know Gypsy loves to leak her little stories to TMZ.
Yeah.
And
there's been no leak. There's been no leak from TMZ.
Well, apparently TMZ want nothing really to do with her anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting stories from her anymore. So she can't sell to them. So who's the next best thing?
Nina. Nina. Now, there's just been too many things that just point to this direction.
Yeah.
There is. Come on, guys.
If it's not Gypsy directly.
No.
Then whoever Nina's source is working with Gypsy. Gypsy 100% knows. She knows that Nina's getting the information. She knows. Otherwise, she'd be in an uproar about Nina getting it.
That's what I was saying. Gypsy did a video, okay? Gypsy did a video to announce her pregnancy. And once again, She mentioned Nina, an influencer. Why would she mention?
Name, she said, "Oh, a feud with another." We all know it's Nina.
She said she feuded with another influencer.
Yes.
She's not about that anymore. Okay, that's what Gypsy said.
The feud between creator and me and all of that drama.
Why would she mention Nina on this pregnancy video? Again, why would she do this, guys? That's crazy. Now, not only that, she would be addressing this. If she was talking about her pregnancy, and then she did another video, she would say, look, I'm really disappointed here, guys. I'm very disappointed that a certain influencer has come out and announced my pregnancy before I had the opportunity and chance to announce it myself. I am so upset by this. Now, if Gypsy had that chance to say something like that, she would take it. She would take it. The fact that she didn't write out Nina.
I think I would agree with them in this point. I don't know if I agree about Nina working with Gypsy, but I think at this point, I think Gypsy, I'm surprised that Gypsy didn't come out and be very upset that Nina was blowing her big reveal. But Gypsy needed a build up to this big reveal, because if nobody knew about the big reveal. And the popping the positive pregnancy test up over on Instagram or wherever she popped it up, and then took it down and said that her account was hacked. I mean, she took straight out of the Dee Dee Blanchard Schmurder handbook. I mean, she took a play right out of there and popped it up real quick. And I was like, I was hacked. Well, that didn't work. There wasn't enough stir with that. So what? Who do you think it is? Who do you think is the leak? I'm going to tell you who I think it is at the end of the show, but tell me, who do you think it is? If you think there's one at all. Nina is Nina the beauty influencer. She is very big over on TikTok, but she's becoming very big over here. She always has the inside scoop to Gypsy Rose. Gypsy Rose at one point did email and was emailing her, and Nina was trying to guide her and tell her what to do. That's when we got the whole Gypsy Rose coming on her TikTok saying when she went to New York with Ryan and that kind of crap, that wasn't really her, and it was just taking her by storm and blah, 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 blah. That was Nina's influence. But then it all blew up again, and they're at odds, and she is somebody who just gets the inside scoop somehow. Some dippity do how. I don't know how she does it, but she does do it. Before we move over to talking about the whole baby registry fiasco, let's pop in and see what Radiant Brit has to say about this whole pregnancy, because she says it so well.
Platformed. My problem with Gypsy since her prison release is everything that she's been health thing, new life chapter, whatever. I'm here for people sharing their stories. The reason that I hold back with Gypsy is not only is she an awful individual and she is being platformed when she does not deserve to be platformed. My problem with Gypsy since her prison release is everything that she's been involved in. I understand that people turn a new leaf, they start a new life, they learn, they grow, they change, whatever. But the problem is that Gypsy has shown how messy, chaotic, toxic, and cruel she is just in her short 6-7 months since her release. It has been nothing but a messy soap opera full of infidelity, adolescent matching tattoos, being messy, clapping back at haters, putting up social media, taking down social media, posting a video, deleting a video, talking about haters, talking about detractors. It's all too much. So why is she being applauded now? And people stroking her ego because she's announced that she is having a child with her boyfriend that she cheated on her husband with. They're expecting, and now it's like, oh, let's give Gypsy a round of applause. I don't think that everybody should become parents. And I don't think that Gypsy Rose is in a position right now or in the near future to mother a child. And I am allowed to have that opinion.
I feel like she's 100% right. And I feel like I was thinking about this today. Like, I was trying to envision Gypsy Rose taking care of a child. And I can't see it. I don't see it because I feel like everybody Gypsy's with or around, they want to take care of her because she's used to being the star and the one that's been taken care of. So I can see a grandmother, a grandparent somehow taking care of this child. I can even see Ryan taking care of this child. I can't see Gypsy doing it. I can't. I even can't see Gypsy remaining outside of prison. I just think she's going to eventually end up doing something. Hope I'm wrong, because this child deserves a mother and a father that's whole and healthy and well. But yeah, she's going to be telling us soon that we're not wishing the baby well because we don't think she should be a parent. It's coming, you guys. It's coming. If it hasn't already come already.
Babbling, let's watch her video. It's 9 minutes, but like I said, I'm going to speed it up just a little bit for
We're going to watch her video through Radiant Brett's channel.
time's sake, let's start at the top. 2 quick things. The video has 4.7 thousand likes to 3.5 thousand dislikes. The second thing, yes, there are ads on this video. She is monetizing this child already. She knows that people are going to click and watch this video, and she's going to continue to laugh all the way to the bank and use this child as a way to get people to be like, you know what, maybe people have been too hard on Gypsy. And I've seen those comments. Oh, well, she's expecting now. People need to, stop giving her criticism. It will stress her out. How about this? How about Gypsy Rose and Ken hop their asses off social media and focus on, we are about to be parents. Let's actually worry about my divorce. Let's worry about my mental health. Let's get some therapy. Let's make sure that we are prepared for this child that did not ask to be here, but we are going to bring a child into this world. I would think that step 1 would be, how about she gets off social media? Just an idea, crazy one.
I don't feel like anything should be said about the baby or directed to the baby. Only goodness for the baby. It's just so sad that she's doing this to another life, but she's doing it. So it kind of reminds me, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Trisha Paytas, but she was somebody who trolled every community there is, and is just generally a very not kind person. And she has become, I think she's had her second baby now, and now everything's okay. She's a mom. She's got 2 kids. All is forgiven. It's just amazing. But all is not forgiven with me, with Gypsy. Just because she has a child, I don't feel any sweeter towards her. In fact, I feel more bitter towards her. Not the baby, though.
I know, but let's keep going.
So I know the rumors have been flying around
Fear for the baby
for quite some time now. And I'm happy to announce that I am 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025. We're both very excited. This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected. But we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood. I have already experienced the symptoms. When I first learned that I was pregnant, the first thing that I noticed was the cravings. So I craved orange juice. Orange juice was not something that I craved on a daily basis before. So when I started craving orange juice, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I just want.
So now she's talking about the orange juice, and if we all know that she called Ken's member Sunny D, talking about orange juice. So, I mean, she just loves to like do all this bullshit. Ugh.
On orange juice, I didn't think anything of it. And so that was one thing. And then like the next thing that I noticed was like the hunger, like an insatiable hunger to just eat everything. So I really went on a binge and just started eating everything. And then of course, I missed my period, and I didn't think anything of it because I had seen my OBGYN and I had tested my fertility. And she's like, we're probably going to have to put you on fertility meds, or at least something to make you ovulate because you're not ovulating on a regular. So I'm like, okay. So I thought that appointment was like a month out.
There are a lot of people speculating that this baby might not be Ken's. It could be Ryan's, and her timeline is not matching up. The math isn't mathing, so on and so forth. What I will say is the little photo shoot that they did and posted on socials, and it's already being spread around like wildfire. Can you imagine the pure foolery? Like, if this child is not Ken's, that would be like the clown of the century. It's bad enough that this child was conceived while she is still married, but could you imagine if the child is not even Ken's?
I was also thinking that Gypsy Rose is probably going around talking like, I'm Kim Kardashian, because, you know, Kim was married when she got pregnant with Kanye's baby and then ended up marrying him. So, you know, she's walking around thinking she's, you know, and she's working with Kim. And, you know, I just, ugh.
Ryan Anderson is going to have a lot of proof to stack up against Gypsy when it comes to this divorce.
And so when I missed my period, I thought I was just having issues with ovulation. And it wasn't until I had texted with Ken, and he's like, have you taken a pregnancy test? And I'm like, no, I don't get pregnant. I don't think that. And then I had taken a test and it turned out positive. And so everything just made sense. But my pregnancy journey so far. So I had experienced crazy mood swings. Like, poor Ken. If he breathes wrong, I am just like, pregnancy is not easy with the mood swings. And he's been very gracious about it. He's been very forgiving about it. But good Lord. We were driving in the car the other day, and this is before I got my hair done, so I did still have brown hair this time. But I was listening to music, and a song came on the radio, and I just started crying. And I'm like, why am I crying right now? Like, oh my God, this song has never made me so emotional. And it was Let It Go Let Her Go or something by Passenger. Good Lord, I was just in tears. I'm like, I cannot listen to this stuff. I can't do it. A lot of the other symptoms that I've been having is mild symptoms, everything that goes with pregnancy. Now, morning sickness, I've been actually very blessed to not have major morning sickness. That's been amazing. So far, pregnancy has been a breeze as far as symptoms. I find that the tiredness is starting to wear off a little bit. That was like the biggest symptom that I had saw with me, is that I'm always tired and sleepy. So that's been one thing that I've been dealing with. The rest is completely manageable. Like I said, Ken has been very forgiving to my symptoms, but the rest has been a breeze. And the baby looks healthy, happy. You know, it's still going to be a long journey ahead, but I'm up.
I mean, if she's already screaming at Ken, can you imagine what the next 7 months are going to be like? My God. I mean, I understand she's saying, oh, well, he's being...
Ken is finding it all worth it, all those millions to lay his sweet little soon-to-be luscious-haired head down on all those millions of dollars. It just makes it easier for him. I think it's making it easier for his entire family, as we're going to see towards the end of this.
Forgiving and all of the things. One of the things that she...
So we're going to move on, actually, because we are... What time is it? Let me look. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to move on. I do want to touch on the fact that Gypsy Rose does like to trap men in this way. This was the whole plan that her and Nick had to start with. And Gypsy Rose and Nicholas Godejohn planned to have a baby named Nick Jr. Although it was rumored that Dee Dee made Gypsy lose the baby girl. So I guess if it was a girl or a boy, they were going to name it Nick, huh? Nicholas Godejohn said he and Gypsy Rose wanted to have a baby, but Dee Dee Blanchard was a roadblock to the plan. Gypsy Rose Blanchard and Nicholas Godejohn apparently discussed having a baby before they talked about Plan B and not the emergency contraceptive. Blanchard and Godejohn were talking about schmurder. The couple, who met on a Christian dating site, plotted via text how they would unalive Gypsy's mother, Claudine Dee Dee Blanchard. More specifically, Gypsy asked Godejohn to unalive her mom for her because she wanted to be free of Dee Dee's abuse. Gypsy Rose, for years, Dee Dee pretended they had everything from leukemia to muscular dystrophy to developmental issues, forcing her daughter to endure multiple unnecessary surgeries. Okay, so this is the mainstream narrative. But it does say in here that the couple originally had a plan A aimed at Gypsy escaping from her mother and getting together with him. Part of that plan was to have a baby. Court documents obtained by Oxygen state that Gypsy's neighbor and confidant, Aaliyah, told them Gypsy had posted a secret Facebook profile stating she was dating a man and she wanted to name their son Nicholas Paul Godejohn. Godejohn said there was a killer couples, Gypsy Rose and Nick. There's a whole Oxygen special that Gypsy discussed running away together, and they were trying maybe to get her pregnant. So this way her mother would be forced to let him in their life. That didn't happen. Well, we really didn't get a chance to go that route just because the limited time we had. Godejohn said there's no way it would have been possible, although Gypsy did tell him that at the Cinderella thing that she got pregnant. They wanted Greene County Sheriff Jim Arnott said on Killer Couples that Dee Dee ruined not only their desire to have a baby, but of being together at all. They wanted to have a baby, he said. They wanted to get married. They wanted to be together forever. And the roadblock in that relationship was Dan. Wasn't it Dan? Or the roadblock to Dan was Dee Dee and Nick. No, the roadblock to Dan was Dee Dee. Nick was just some poor schmuck she found. That's it. I wasn't just Godejohn that Dee Dee didn't like, however. She did find him creepy. He first showed up as an adult man to a Missouri movie screening at a Cinderella film after taking a bus from Wisconsin, which Gypsy told him to do. And it's said that after they had intercourse, Gypsy did this. So there is a creator over on TikTok called Natasha Cooper, and this is the Gypsy and Nick daughter story.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard told Nicholas Godejohn that she had been pregnant with his female child, a daughter that he had always wanted, a daughter that he had spoken about frequently in their text messages. And she knew that one of his biggest desires in life was to have a daughter. Gypsy told him that she had gotten pregnant from their bathroom encounter at the movie theater in March. She also told him that because Dee Dee made her have her feeding tube changed, she miscarried. Gypsy needed Nick to hate Dee Dee because she knew that if he didn't, he would never go through with her plan to unalive her. When nothing else had worked to turn Nick against Dee Dee, she used the thought of Dee Dee unaliving his unborn child to make him finally hate her enough to follow through with the plan that Gypsy had come up with. To this day, Nicholas Godejohn still mourns the child that he thinks he lost. Anyone who knows
It's
anything
like
about
doubly tragic that he mourns a child that she just lied to him about in order to get him to unalive her mother. It's just awful.
pregnancy and time frames knows that it is almost impossible to know the sex of a baby that early in a pregnancy, especially back then. The technology just wasn't there. Nick, not realizing that Gypsy wasn't a virgin, thought that everything she said was true. He even named the baby. And to this day, he mourns that child. Nicholas Godejohn did not get a fair trial. He deserves, for the truth, the entire truth.
I believe that he deserves a fair trial as well. I don't think he deserves to be out, but I do think he deserves a fair trial. She did a part 2 to this daughter situation.
I've had so many messages, so many comments, people tagging other creators asking, is this true about Gypsy and Nick's child? Why haven't we heard about this from a credible source? Yada, yada, yada. So I decided to come on here and explain a little bit about how I got involved with this and how I know what I know. I started covering this case in 2019. I have communicated with Gypsy, Christy, her stepmother, Nick, Nick's dad, Nick's uncle, members of Dee Dee's family. I went to Springfield, Missouri, and interviewed people there who knew Gypsy and Dee Dee. I spoke with men that she had met online. Christy gave me Gypsy's medical records and crime scene photos, and I have gone through everything about this case with a fine-tooth comb more times than I can count. How I came upon this information is because if you look in the text messages between the two of them, and these are readily available online, they were shown in court. Nick says in one of these text messages, "Do you want me to get you pregnant again?" Well, I know that one of their plans was to get pregnant, but the again caught me off guard. So I was like, what is that supposed to mean? So I asked Nick, and he told me. Gypsy told him that she was pregnant from their encounter in the bathroom at the movie theater, and that Dee Dee had made her change her feeding tube, which resulted in her miscarrying their child that was a daughter. Gypsy needed Nick to have the same hatred she had for Dee Dee. And she knew that that would be the only way that she could sway him to do what she wanted him to do in the unaliving. Well, telling him that Dee Dee basically had unalived his child was exactly what it took to push him to the point where he felt he needed vengeance. To this day, he still mourns the loss of his daughter. He named her. He thinks he's lost a child. And people can say whatever they want to about, well, he made the choice. You're right, he did. He made the choice to do what he did. He had other options just like Gypsy did. But he chose to do this. No matter what she told him. Nick deserves a fair trial. He didn't get one. This evidence, along with so much more, was never presented at trial.
Natasha is a huge supporter of Nick. Sometimes she gets along with Gypsy, and at other times she does not get along with Gypsy. While I was doing this, I did see a new Nina video pop up about the pregnancy.
A lot of you want me to speak on this.
I have a hard time hearing her videos. They're always really low for me. Always checking my levels, and let's see.
A lot of you want me to speak on this. Gypsy Rose is basically grifting from your head. Now, I think this is just the strangest thing in the world that she announces her pregnancy. If you guys haven't seen it, let's roll through that again. Right. So this is the announcement. This is what's going on. And minutes after she announces this, she turns around and posts her registry. Yo, she literally posts her baby registry for people to purchase her things. Now, the average person on TikTok is probably just watching and not really making a whole lot of money. The economy is questionable, and she's so selfish to get on here and ask people to basically donate to her. Meanwhile, she has a reality TV show and she is making tens of thousands of dollars on TikTok.
Instead of doing something like giving to a domestic shelter, she's asking for $600 strollers, $500 bassinet, $70 block set, two of these bouncer, just tons of things that she got on here. And on the Daily Mail, hold on. The Daily Mail gets on here, and inside Gypsy Rose Blanchard's very pricey baby registry, mom to be asked for a $600 stroller and $500 crib, despite estimated $3 million net worth. And yes, she did do it. Yes, she did. Gypsy 32 announced that she was expecting her first child on Tuesday. Her registry was filled with some very costly products. Let's get it over to where the products are. Here's the registry. It's down now, by the way. So many fake registries went up soon after that. It's down. And also, people were saying that they bought the product, but they didn't buy the product, and were sending, and so it was marked as bought. And then they were sending her like the tag saying from Dee Dee Blanchard, from her mother. So she had to take it down. That's the reason she took it down. So she was asking for a 330 bassinet. She was asking for actually two bassinets, another one for $300. She was asking for a baby jogger for $430, a diaper genie for $240. Some of the less pricey ones included a $23 stacking toy. So these are some of the things that she had. These were the $70 block set. Bassinets. But Katie from Down the Rabbit Hole at Bedtime came on and reported that she had to take it down because of what people were doing, which kind of makes me happy. It fills my soul with happiness. Remember the person that I said we were going to talk about later in the show, who I thought was doing the whole leak to Nina, if there was a leak? This is who I thought it was. Katie from Down the Rabbit Hole. Hold on a second. I think I stopped sharing. And she's acting for the parole board, but like, what? How is she? she going to act around her baby? I just, ugh. This is who I think, if there's a leak, this is who I think the leak is.
Sorry, I have to let you guys know I am in love with Ken's sister. I just absolutely love her. I believe she's the kind of person who knows.
If there is a leak, I think it's Ken's sister. Or one of Ken's sister's friends.
Bodies are buried. And I'm not just talking about Ken and Gypsy. I'm pretty sure this girl is holding like state secrets for us. I just see her as being someone who knows what's happening in the world. And, you know, she doesn't take any shit from anybody.
There's always that
it's interesting to me because
there's always that person that holds those state secrets.
Reminds me so much of so many of the girls I used to watch on like TLC Gypsy wedding shows.
Like really bad marks after the wedding because their dresses are so heavy.
Like real gypsies, like people who live in.
Do you guys remember that show, that real gypsy show? So this is Ken's sister, Autumn. In the very beginning, she didn't like Gypsy. She was saying that it was the worst thing that could happen. She's changed her tune now. She did a post where she's like, I'm going to be an auntie, blah, blah, blah. They were meant for each other. They're getting along. I mean, what are people going to say? She's pregnant now with his child, maybe his child. I don't know. A child. She's pregnant with a money bag. You know, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? So I think if there's a leak in the whole situation, it is this woman. And this leads us to the end of our journey, my friends. How are you thinking? What are you feeling? I'm going to, while you're thinking about it, I am going to go and gift 5 memberships for the Dragonflies. The Dragonfly is our membership program over on YouTube. Today we're coming to you on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Hi, guys. We have a program where it is $2.99 and I release my videos early to the Dragonflies. We have a monthly Dragonfly live that we do. There's some fun drawings that we do, and we do shout outs. There's Dragonfly of the Month. Just a lot of good things that we do, and it's $2.99 a month. It will never change. I will never raise it. It's just a way, if you can, to support my channel and help me grow. I am doing 3 shows a week now, and it's just a way to help my hard work, support my hard work. It's getting a little difficult. I don't know. I just hope that my work starts getting supported. I'm so grateful to the people that donated to me today. It means a lot to me when you do that. And I always want to gift back. So let me get into my gifting. There we go. Congratulations and welcome to all our new Dragonflies. They'll stop popping up in a minute. If I could give it to individual people, I would do that, but it picks on its own and there's nothing I can do. But usually it will draw from the people that are chatting in the chat or viewing. It's not really saying who it is yet, but it generally tells me who they are. The Dragonfly membership link is in all the descriptions that I do. Let me see if I can grab it for you really quick. How are you guys thinking about this whole pregnancy? And I also have to go and see what the end of our poll is. I'm going to end the poll and see what the results are. Will Gypsy Rose be a good mother? 70% of you are saying no, 23 are unsure, and 6% say yes, and there were 64 votes. How about that? I love that there are people that are thinking and feeling all types of ways here, because isn't that what life is about? Learning and growing, and if you're around people that think the same way as you all the time, how boring is that? Okay, here is the link to the Dragonfly membership. Sure. There we go. You get special emojis too when you come in. There's Dragonfly emojis that show that you are a sister or brother, or I can't remember what you call people that aren't a she or a he. Sorry, I apologize. Dragonfly. Woohoo! Let me see if it tells me who the new dragonflies are. Sometimes I can go in the back end and see things, and it will tell me. Okay, here it is. We have Into the Weeds podcast. Congratulations, Amber. We have Rebecca R. And we have What the What? PJ Lee. Christine Micro. And yeah. Welcome, you guys, to the Dragonfly Club. You're a baby dragonfly. I love baby dragonflies. Okay, guys, I think that's all I have. Let me just pop over and look at my notes really quick. I want to look at the chat really quick, too. Oh, I wanted to say, too, this Friday, we're going to have a part 2 to our Dylan Talman / Chris Watts book. Dylan Talman wrote The Cell Next Door. He was Chris Watts's cell person that lived next door. He was the one that got in trouble for having the Vaseline and the underwear in his cell. His girlfriend was in the chat, and I got it mixed up. I called Dylan's girlfriend Chris's girlfriend, and that's just not true. She is Dylan's girlfriend, and so I wanted to clear that up really quick before we go into Friday. And there's some other things I wanted to talk about. There's some new things. There's been another live that's been done. And so we're doing a part 2 on the Chris Watts case. The guy who wrote the religious book with him, and now he has written a book on Chris Watts. Well, if we're being honest, it's a pamphlet, and I think there might be a part 2 to the book. I don't know. We have to get into it on Friday. I'm going to try to get a panel together where we can talk about our men having sex or X in prison, and which I think they are still, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. So for all my Watts Island people, we're going to Watts Island on Friday, so be sure to stop by. All right, guys, I'm going to go. This is all I have. Oh, you're welcome, Heavenly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, Amber. Kim Vest says, I know and I love to listen to her. Have a great night. Chris C says, be free. Y'all have a great night. You too, honey. Bill Be Free says, I still couldn't find it. Sorry. Oh, the link didn't work. Oh, are you Be Free is Brooke? You're Brooke, right? Because I got a Cashapp from Brooke. Thank you so much. We got a sticker from Main Chick Carrie. Thank you so much. She's one of our dragonflies. Thank you, honey. But thank you so much for the Cashapp. Really, really appreciate it. I think it came from you, unless I didn't check, but yes, Brooke Freeman. Or maybe I shouldn't have said your name. I'm sorry if I did. If you don't want your name out there, I will. I can mute it later. I didn't think about that. I apologize if I put your name out there and you don't want it out there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go for real. Thank you so much for being here and talking about this Gypsy Rose mess. I didn't see Elizabeth Ross. Elizabeth is here. Hi, Elizabeth. I haven't seen you in a while. I was thinking about you just the other day. Unless you're here by a different name and I don't know that. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go for real. I know I've said it like 5 times. I'm going to go for realsies. I'm for reals. I love you guys. Oh, also, I wanted to tell you this. This is like nothing to do with true crime or anything like that. This is to do with me. I have been on this journey to become well. I was bedridden like 3 years ago, and now I'm not. I'm trying to overcome my depression. It's just this lingering depression that I feel like I can't break through. It's like if there was a ceiling, I like rise to the ceiling and I keep hitting the ceiling and I just can't get past it. Like it's just this low level depression where I'm like, I would love to do this and that, but like I can't push past the depression. I would love to do a lot of things, but the depression directly affects my body and it makes it hurt and ache. And I've got a few autoimmunes and I'm going on this wellness journey. And I have decided that I am going to microdose it's legal, ketamine, and I'm going to microdose it, and I'm going to document that journey over on my extra channel. It's called Feel Good University. If you're at all interested in anything like this, I'm going to be sharing what it is I'm doing, how I'm doing it, if it's working, if it's not working. So I invite you to join me over on my second channel, Feel Good University. I pulled up the channel for the first time in a very long time, and we have 74 subscribers. The last time I looked, I had 7 subscribers. So we got 70 subscribers somehow. I do more, it's more positive stuff that I do over there. It's learning and growing type of stuff. And so if you want to follow my journey over there, I invite you to do that. I should be starting it next week sometime when the prescription arrives. Okay, guys, that's it for real. I'm going to go. If nobody's told you this today, I'm telling you this. And even if somebody has told you this, I'm still going to tell you this. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Heavenly and Chrissy, for helping me out. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Bye, guys. Oh, I'm Amy.
Carefully strumming this old guitar, words rolling out into the fire. Never ask why my heart burned blue. Here in the haze where you inspire me. Here in the darkness I hear my cue. Time to find some solitude. Here where my soul bleeds openly, deep in the heart of